Then let us begin. Welcome back to the world of Kavran. Had an eventful episode last week with the successful completion of a self-appointed quest to save an unfortunate soul from an unjust fate. You successfully found the evidence you were looking for to free Harry from his plight and gave it over to the appropriate authorities and stuck around just long enough to see him dug out of the hole, the literal hole he was buried in, before you headed off on your way. You hadn't been travelling long before you encountered a youthful and pompous young figure who, let's just say, words were exchanged, which resulted in the determination of Arwen to steal the man's shoes. He proved to be quite a significant fighter. However, eventually, when Neo saw that you seemed to be a little bit in over your head, he stepped in to help, having abstained from the theft of a man's shoes initially. And Styx tried some peaceful resolutions that did not come to pass. You did subdue the man, the young knight Anton Omar, and steal his shoes.
Yeah, I did.
Very pleased with yourself you were, although your compatriots were less pleased with your decisions.
Oops.
And stopped for the night shortly after, having spent most of the day in a rather stony silence with Arwen. And it is the next morning you find yourselves waking up. Arwen is probably in quite a cheerful mood, having successfully acquired some shoes that don't even fit.
Yeah, but they're fancy.
They are fancy.
I can shove some things down the back to make sure they don't slip off my feet.
Yes, I mean these are rather high, elegant riding boots.
Yeah.
Yes, I seem to recall you spent a significant time explaining the virtues of these to Arlo, your pet mouse, when no one else was speaking to you. Neo is still at camp. He had the last watch the night before, so looking a bit bleary-eyed from lack of sleep. And as you sort of wake up and start to get active, Neo just sort of leans over and hands you like a sheaf of bark, which has got some sort of writing engraved into it. It's a note from Styx. It's like, nice to spend some time with you again. I think shoes ? Going to sort out this thing with the squirrels. I'll be back. Possibly.
Those squirrels.
Yes.
Those pesky things.
Styx, who seems to have a perpetual problem with a family of squirrels. Just seems to take him away at the most untimely times.
Indeed.
And cause him to come wandering back in completely at random. And so it is there that you find yourselves. It's quite an overcast morning, and indeed as the day really starts to get up, it seems you've started later than you normally would because of the heavy black cloud in the sky makes the weather seem a bit darker. And so you're quite slow starting your day, and indeed as you're setting off, the first few raindrops start just sort of to pitter-patter down on your head with a heavy sort of punk of the metal items that you're carrying. And indeed it does start raining quite heavily on you. It makes for very slow going during the rain. Visibility is poor and you can't see very far ahead of you, but you are still following the path of the river just about. You can actually see noticeably with this quite heavy downpour, the main body of the river has swelled a little bit and is riding higher than it normally would, you expect, and is rushing quite fast as well. And it's at a latter point in the day that you hear the eventual sounds of drifting over of a man, it seems, sort of groaning and barking orders and shouting, "Hold on to it! Grab it! No, don't let it go!" And as you walk closer, you can see there is a slight sandbar in the middle of the river. Perhaps it would be a ford or a crossing point, but it seems that the rising water has swollen so much that it's almost completely covered it. So there's only a very small amount of space in the middle, with 3 people stood on it. Water rushing past on either side, and 2 of them are desperately holding onto a rope that's attached to a small boat that was piled high with some supplies. And as you step up to the water's edge, the woman loses her grip and sort of stumbles backwards, letting go. And then the man on his own can't seem to hold it, and it just has to let go, and the thing is taken down the river.
Oops.
So there are 3 people stuck in the middle of the river who have just lost a boatload of supplies.
Oops. Okay. Wait, so there's a man, a woman, and who's the other one?
There's another woman as well.
Another
So there's a man and 2 women.
Okay.
In fact, sort of straightening up as he, straightening up, the man sort of stands up and looks around and sort of waves a hand in greeting and sort of nudges one of the women and just points you out, like, "Oh there, you couldn't lend us a hand, could you?"
What do you need?
Well, we've just lost all our supplies and are a little bit stuck. Sort of gestures to the rapidly moving river in front.
Which side of the river are you trying to get to?
Well, we're just trying to get anywhere, really. We were heading downriver and thought we'd stop for a bit and, well, couldn't quite hold on to the boat.
Right, okay. I have no rope left.
You have no rope left.
Well, wait, how much rope would I have needed to tie the guy up last time?
I don't know, like, not a lot of rope.
Oh, okay.
To tie up him. You wouldn't have needed all 50 feet.
Okay, that's alright then. Where is my rope? Do I not have rope? Nah, I'll find it later. Everyone has rope, right?
Most people have rope, yeah. You should have had like an adventurer's pack or something, and given you're a ranger, you'd have thought it would have rope in it.
Oh yeah, I have an explorer's pack, I just didn't write what was specifically in it.
Yes, an explorer's pack should have rope in it.
That's fine then. Okay, I have rope. I will throw some rope. Don't let go of this one.
Okay.
Slightly passive aggressive, but
Yeah, you can see these 3 figures. One of the women is like quite carefully like cradling a loot, it seems, underneath a big cloak, trying quite hard to keep it dry. And the man has a loot case slung over his back that seems to be keeping most of the water off, and then the other woman is just sort of standing there in not sort of what you'd expect for a commoner. She's a little bit more ruggedly dressed. But yeah, you can toss a a rope out. Let's put you here. And you can place yourself on the northern bank, let's say, which is slightly larger. A bit smaller. I'll plonk Neo up beside you. So, just make an athletics check and don't biff it, basically, to toss some rope. 15,
right.
yeah, easy peasy. You toss this rope across, and one of them is able to catch it, and one by one, when you do it, you are able to hold on. I can make a strength check for me because this water's rushing quite hard, and you can see there's a small amount of land that's over the sand. Yeah, 14 is fine. There's a little bit, and as they sort of step into the shallows and then off below you can't see the sand, the water seems to take them quite hard, and you have to actually grab on quite hard, dig your heels in, but you're able to help these 3 people across. They look quite wet indeed. Yeah, they are indeed quite wet. And and so they all get across and sort of catch their breath and sort of wipe themselves down a little bit, having been sort of wading waist deep in water. They're pretty sodden. And the man just sort of holds out a hand and says, "Thank you for that. What are your names?"
Just Arwen's gonna look at his hand and be like, 2 fingers, shake the man's hand. Arwen.
And he'll introduce himself as well. Oh, that's incredibly grateful. He sort of strikes a pose at this point. It's like, I am Handsome Jack.
Oh no.
And this, he sort of gestures to the lute.
Oh no.
To the lutist, and says, "This is Laura Lightfoot." Sort of stumbles over his words a little bit, and then gestures to the other woman without an instrument, and this is Samantha the singer.
Samantha the singer.
Samantha the singer, yes.
Okay, right. Arwen's just not interested, but like, nice, okay. Good for you.
Neo sort of engages a little bit more. He's like, "It's the travelling performers then." It's sort of like, well, of a sorts.
Arwen rolls her eyes.
Are you trying to hide the fact that you're rolling your eyes?
Yeah. I mean, I did just save them. They can't. They can't really. I did just save them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm allowed to roll my eyes.
Yeah, I'll roll your eyes. Yeah, so sort of say, well, which way down the river, up or down the river, are you headed?
That way, right. I'm guessing it's going down the river.
Down the river, yeah.
Cool.
So, right, okay. Where have you come from? Have you been on the road long?
Oh, so long. So very long.
What I should probably do actually is take these guys and put them here, on your side of the river. So as you're sort of having this conversation, you notice that let's put you can go around in front of you that Samantha the singer sort of paced off and round a little bit, and it's now they're sort of up close. You notice something is very slightly off, and he sort of nudges you in the side and gives you a look. Because although these people from a distance are dressed like minstrels, you can in fact see they're all wearing minstrels, travelling performers, that sort of thing.
Brown chocolate. Minstrels.
Oh, no, not those, not the chocolate form of minstrels, the travelling performer sort of minstrel.
Oh.
Although they are dressed like performers, they are in fact all wearing what looks like, up close, quite sturdy leather. And although two of them do have instruments, they also seem to have a number of weapons about their person.
God, this person's going to try and steal my boots. I'll whack them over the head with my shoes.
Yes.
With my foot in them.
And yes, and it is at this point they ask, have you been on the road long?
Long enough. Have you?
Well, we'd managed to stockpile quite the cache of supplies, but that all went down the river, so I suppose we'll be heading in that direction to see if we can recover it. In the meantime, what you've got should see us through. And they pull, at this point they pull knives from their belts.
Arwen laughs.
We will roll some initiative. And I have a lot of initiative to roll. What's that? We got 14. We'll go with... Spell.
I knew when he fumbled over his words that he was talking about a pickpocket. I knew it. Damn.
You could have made some insight checks.
Well, I knew it. I did know, because I was like, oh my god. He's going to try and steal from me. But then the other one moved over and I was like, well, it's fine.
And I need to pull up some stats. But Arwen, you are first. So.
Right. I'm hunter's marking these idiots. Which one should I hunter's mark first? Did the guy pull out all of the stuff first?
Well, he pulled out. Yeah, he went first.
I'm going with him first.
And the others responded.
Is it that one? The middle one in front of me?
He's the...
Right.
Let's just bring this in. It's quite small.
Oh, that sucks. Why do you suck?
That'll miss. I'm pretty confident.
Right, what about 11?
That will probably also miss.
I'll win.
Yeah. So
Thank
you sort
God.
of strike out and with your two blades and sort of is equal to it and parries back.
I could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I could yeah. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I'm just gonna stand over here. Bye.
Okay. Arwen strikes twice and then runs away, abandoning Neo.
It's fine. I'm better with my bow.
Yeah, this does mean that...
Oh wait, do I have to hit him?
No.
Oh no, it's fine.
You have to attack the other one. The other one gets a strike at you.
Why does the other one get to strike at me?
Because you've run past both this one and away from this one without attacking either of them, so they're not affected by your movement feat.
What if I run in the other direction?
You can move back and finish it.
1, 2, 3.
You can, if you want to move somewhere in a different way.
No. No, because then I won't be able to hit the guy I've got Hunter's Mark on. No, it's fine. Carry on. What?
Then you won't be able to hit that guy?
Yeah, because if I'm over here...
Oh, right, yeah.
Her and Neo are going to be in the way, and
Right.
I personally don't think Neo would be happy about me shooting him in the face.
Probably not, no. So that's 2 attacks of opportunity. To 3 and...
3 suck.
Hey, what's your roll to attack? Doesn't say. And if... What would it be?
No.
15?
Oh, yeah. Which one?
I need to get these straight in my head. So they 15 from the one at the top.
Okay.
This one.
Oh, I could have gone down. Then she wouldn't have even got... Oh, it's fine. It is what it is.
One of these. So, no allies within 5 feet, so I sneak attack. That is 3 damage.
Oh. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Then it is the Bard's turn. Please work, mouse. You're on the wrong screen. But she what's the words? I'm trying to think. I can't remember what she does. And let me just... One sec. Let me just real quickly look it up. Okay, so she whips the loot out from underneath her cloak and strums it really quickly. And as she does so, there is this thunderous boom.
Oh no.
Arwen, you're fine, but Neo, I need to decide whose dice is whose before I roll it. I'm going to roll them at the same time. So Neo seems caught off guard by this, and sort of clutches his head. 5 damage. 5 thunder damage. But Jack, standing next to her, sort of seems to recognise what we're doing, plugs his ears just in time, but you hear him shout, "Fucking hell, I hate it when you do that." There is this hugely thunderous boom. And it's going to be Neo's turn. I'm rolling 2 dice. I need 1. Neo is going to try to shove. That's a 4. So his ear's still ringing. He tries to shove one of the bards into the water, but doesn't quite have. He almost seems a little bit dazed by this. This one is going to run. I can't do it on that screen. I need to go on this screen. This one is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Up to you here.
Oh, nice. Why are you so obsessed with me?
That is only 8 to hit. So that I'm guessing misses. And then, oh no, I'm having connection issues. That's not good. Then Jack takes a swipe at Neo. Actually takes 2 swipes at Neo. Oh, that is a 6 and a 3, so neither of those hit. Neo seems to be recovering his footing and manages, it's like whipped out his glaive, manages to catch sort of, it's almost two overhand swipes at the same time, manages to catch them both on the shaft. Let me go back to Arwen.
I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
Ha 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 ha. That can't have missed.
No, that definitely hits. Who are you shooting?
This bloke.
Jack?
Yeah.
Handsome Jack?
Not so handsome anymore. Now he's got
7, 8.
11.
Oh, 11. Sorry, I missed it.
11, 7, and 1.
19 damage. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Go again.
Oh yeah, and you can do it again. Oh, technically you should be at disadvantage because you have someone within 5 feet of you.
Really?
Yeah. When you're attacking, if an enemy is within 5 feet of you, you have disadvantage on all ranged attacks. So we'll take that 20 that you've just rolled.
Okay.
And
Next
use
time
that
I'll
as
do it.
and use that as the second roll for your first attack. So your first attack still hits. So now you need to roll again for your second attack with disadvantage.
But still, I'm gonna do it this time.
13.
Please.
That misses, unfortunately.
I rolled a 20.
Yeah, but you shouldn't roll with disadvantage. Them's the rules.
I was never told them's the rules.
Them's are the rules.
But no one ever told me them's the rules.
I'm telling you them's the rules right now. Yes, so the first arrow strikes home, catching him sort of in the side, unawares, but the second one sort of turns and manages to manoeuvre out of the way as this strike comes in. Alright, what's he going to do? More light figures. That's not the spell I want. That's what I want. No, that's not. Casts. Again, strums the loop, and so this time this wave of thunderous energy shoots out towards Neo. Q. Constitution saving throw. Come on, Neo. 14. So he takes half damage. I need more dice. Oh, that's 2 7s, so that's another 7 damage to Neo. Yeah, as this sort of thunderous wave strikes out. And then it's going to be Neo's turn. So he is going to go for the attack. That is 16.
Nice.
So he sort of recovers from this thunderous energy. Let's make a strength saving throw. That's an 18. Okay, so Neo manages to push Laura back towards the edge of the water, but she just keeps her footing. He seems to be trying to just push her in, but she just keeps her footing and manages to avoid falling in. Samantha is going to attack Arwen. That's a 5.
She sucks.
And then Jack is going to take 2 attacks at Neo again. That's an 11, that won't hit. That will hit, and an 18 will hit as well. So that one and that one. Neo is taking a beating. That's 4 more damage to him. This is the problem with coming up with encounters and then sticks wandering off. They're much harder to balance on the fly. And you're up again. What are you going to do?
I'm going to use my daggers against this. Oh wait, no, because I'm not at disadvantage.
No, you're not. That hits anyway. But yes, you're not at disadvantage.
6 and which is it? 8 or 6? I need to roll.
It's a D8 for your Colossus Slayer.
Thank you. 8. Ho, 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 ho.
13. Nice.
And I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, go for it. 10. That doesn't hit this time.
Damn it. That's okay. At least I've hit her once.
Okay.
Hold on. No, it's fine.
Alright. Laura, once again, plays another little tune on her lute. And you feel this sort of sort of ethereal force sort of trying to sap your focus and strength. Can you make a charisma saving throw for me?
Oh. Where's my mouse? There. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Ooh, you suffer the effects of the Bane spell.
The what?
The Bane spell.
Oh Christ. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad.
Whenever a target fails a saving throw, makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target must subtract 1d4 from the total.
Oh, what?
So Neo, it seems, shrugs this off, but you have suffered the effect, and he sort of cries out, "One of them's weak, get him!"
I'm gonna hit her with her own loot in a minute.
Okay, Neo. He is going to step up and make an attack. That's a natural 20.
Yes, thank God. Who's he attacking? The woman or the man?
He was gonna go. So that's natural 20. So he steps up and he grabs like Jack by like the lapels, and because it's a natural 20, I'm gonna say he throws him into Laura.
Nice.
One of them is definitely going in. The question is, are they both going in? No, it's on the floor and it's so far away.
It's either a 9 or a 6. I don't know which one.
Well, if it's a 9 or a 6, it doesn't matter.
It's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay. So Neo steps up and he grabs Jack by the lapels of his jacket and just bodily almost picks. So rather than taking him by like the lapel, he sort of takes one hand on the lapel, one on like the belt, and just like chucks him sideways, and he crashes into Laura, and both of them tumble into the river.
Very nice.
They will have to make saving throws on their turn to be able to swim against the current to get out.
Okay.
Because they are both floundering in the water at the moment. And Laura needs to make a Constitution saving throw. That's a natural 1. This force that is, you feel weakening your limbs, dissipates as she ends up in the water. Samantha is going to attack you. That's a 16 without modifiers. That hits. D4. That's only 2 damage.
2?
Yeah.
She's so bad.
Yeah. Well, she's a rogue, so she wants a sneak attack, but none of her allies have come to back her up because you ran away. So
yeah, I did.
So she's coming for you over there. Jack, let's see.
I'll stay in the water.
That's a 4. He is still in the water, and I'm going to say he moves 15 feet down the bank as well. Because Because you rolled so badly, you can't even stay in place. Arwen, your turn.
That sucks.
10.
And again. 13.
13 just hits.
That's fine. Just is better than not.
7
And
to 9. 9 damage. 22 total. Okay. Laura is in the water, so she's going to make a save. That's a 7. She also gets washed down a little bit. Neo kind of thinks these guys are dealt with and is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can't quite get up. He's running in a direction, he can't quite get up. Actually, let's put him there, let's say. And then we go to Samantha. She hears the sort of splashing behind her, turns around, looks over her shoulder, is already fighting you, sees everyone in the water and decides to disengage. And
I can hit her, right? Oh no, she can disengage.
She's disengaged.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
She go 50 feet?
And she's dashing.
Oh, yeah.
She's bonus action dashing. So he goes 30 feet, bonus action dashes and dives into the water with the others and sort of grabs onto one of them and they start. She's cut up quite badly and decides she's had enough and so starts swimming across and she actually gets onto, so where'd she go? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
Is that rough terrain? Or?
60. You know, she's just about in the water still.
Okay.
But she looks like she's heading. Actually, no, she wouldn't dive in there, would she? She would go up. So I'll try it in 5, 10, 15, 20. Jumps in the water. Let's make a strength check for her. 2, so she gets washed 15 feet. Before she's able to climb out onto, she staggers out onto the sandbar and sort of starts backing away towards the other side. If you can try and get onto the other side of the river. Where are we? That was Samantha. Jack, 17. He sees what's happening and swims his way onto the sandbar as well and just sort of stands there looking bedraggled. Seems to have lost one of his knives in the process. And we go back to Arwen. Actually, he just claws himself up and just stands on the edge, over here, offering a hand out to Laura.
I can shoot him, can't I? Yeah.
You can shoot him, yeah, you're well within range of your longbow. That doesn't hit though, one, and neither does that one. He sort of crouched down in the water, presenting a smaller target, and your arrows sort of fly over. It's it's still rainy and stormy. The conditions are hard to shoot in. Laura, strength check for Laura. That's on the floor as well. I think that's a 4.
Oh, do you want to hold the book?
Oh, I need to roll. I need a dice tray. Oh no, that's a 7. Either way, she ends up still gets sort of crosses over a little bit, but she's still getting washed down. Hasn't quite reached the island. We go to Neo. Neo has no ranged capabilities, so he's just sort of standing and watching. I think it's fairly safe to say these guys have had enough and are trying to flee.
Oh, are they?
Yes. Well, two of them ended up in the river, and so didn't really have much control. And now you're in a power position on the bank, trying to shoot at them. So they are, and one of them is still getting washed down the river in this rapidly moving water, and so is struggling a bit.
Okay. Are we out of initiative?
We can call that into an initiative if there's nothing else you want to do.
No, I'm going to threaten them.
You want to threaten them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can drop out of initiative.
Okay, cool.
For actually.
I would want to talk to them now.
Yeah, go for it. So you got. I'll keep us very slightly in initiative just because one of them is still in the water, so it hasn't got control. So it might affect what happens.
Okay. So can hold on. Do I still have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? No, that's close enough. They can hear me from there. I'm just gonna, shout at them.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do that for?
Jack seems to do most of the talking. He's like, well, we wanted your gold, but clearly it's not gone well.
No, it hasn't, because you've got holes in your clothes now from where I shot you.
Alright, let's make another save for Laura. It's an 8.
She's going down the river.
She's going down the river. She's going to be off the map pretty much. And because of that, Jack's kind of going to look at you and look at how far away Laura's going, and he's just going to dive in after her and start swimming down the river. He's going to swimming to try and catch up with her. And Samantha's going to peg it off the other side and try and swim across to the other bank. So let's make a save for her. 17. Yeah, she gets to the other bank and climbs out on the other side and starts running down the bank. And Abby has just lost it as a deer has walked into the garden.
Oh my god.
They'll eat from the bush in the garden. Oh, and it's off again. Don't know what happened. I'm guessing someone in another room went and moved or something.
Sorry. Carry on.
Just having a minor breakdown at the cute deer in the garden.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, sorry.
I'm just aware that these guys are not visible on the stream view. There we go. Let's zoom this out a little bit. There you go. So you can see where everyone is now. They're getting washed down the river. Samantha is running along, running quite hard, sort of trying to keep up. So she's running. If you wanted to, they seem off. If you wanted to say anything or do anything, now is your last opportunity.
I better not see you again, because I will take your gold and your shoes.
Yeah, you don't get any responses. They're all
Good.
just heading in the other direction.
Good, see, I won.
Sort of half drowning. And it is at that moment, Neo bends down and picks up quite a sodden piece of paper and sort of unfolds it. And as he unfolds it, it's the ink's running and it's quite difficult to see the details of. But it does seem to be a wanted poster of some description.
Oh no.
That. Yeah, so it does seem to be a wanted poster for 3 people. You can just debate about make out that it was supposed to be for 3 people, although all the details are all wet and blurred now. And all, the ink's starting to run and there's more rain falling on it, so you can't quite pick up all the details.
Does it look like 2 women or 2 men?
Probably investigation, just straight investigation to.
God, that's
Actually, no, it's probably more perception.
Yeah, let's do that. Still
That's
terrible.
persuasion, not perception.
I can read.
12 perception. It's all you think it might be. You can make out some of the a couple of the letters in the names that you think might indicate to the names that you were given.
From the other people?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, what were their names? Susan.
Jack, Laura, and Samantha.
Okay, that's fine. So it's not us.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought someone was after us.
No.
Okay.
No.
Thank God. I thought the shoe man.
The shoe man.
Was
No, it's literally the next day after the shoe man.
I don't know, he might have friends in high places.
Well, he definitely has friends in high places.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a manhunt at some point, but that's fine. I'd stick with what I did.
Yeah, and with that you are able to carry on, perhaps slightly more wary, heading down the river. In this, you're now on, you're on the same side of the river as you were, but you're now aware that there are some 3 people that distinctly don't like you very much, but are also probably a little bit wary of you now.
Yeah. They're more scared of me than I am of them.
Excellent, that's what you want.
They're like spiders.
They're like spiders. Okay. Sure. How are they like spiders?
They're more scared of me than I am of them.
Oh, right, okay.
That's what you say to children when they're scared of spiders, right?
And does that ever work?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I was never scared of spiders, so...
And so you journey on.
Woohoo! Off we go.
Off you go down the river. It's an unpleasant day, still, with the heavily overcast sky and the downpour. And so you decide...
Unpleasant? Sounds perfect. The best weather.
Soaked to your skin by the heavy rain. Well, Neo seems decidedly unhappy and requests that you stop for the night earlier than you normally would and start trying to find some shelter under the trees.
Okay.
Make a survival check for me to see how good a campsite you find.
Why do I keep rolling 9s?
We don't. You just have different bonuses to everything. So, of your last 4 9s, you actually rolled a 3, a 7, a 9, and a 5. So your bonus keeps working out to make it.
Stupid 9s.
That's a 17. Oh no, Neo's got like -1 wisdom, hasn't he? No, he's got +1 wisdom, sorry, he's got -1 intelligence. So that's a 17 overall for Neo.
So he finds us a good place.
He does indeed. Arwen is enjoying the rain, it seems, and not really that interested in stopping, but Neo's been cold for quite some time and is determinedly looking around for all the clues and things you can find, and you find sort of quite a nice little spot a ways back from the path. You sort of find this quite large pine tree with very thick branches, so it's, there's this sort of soft bed of pine needles, so even though there's this heavy rain, minimal rain has seeped through all these branches down, and so the rather than being sodden, the floor is just damp, but it's also quite soft with this sort of springy bed underneath the pine needles.
Nice.
And so you can settle down there and get a nice fire going and things like that. And
I feel like a fire on a bed of pine needles is a bad idea.
Well, you can do all the things you normally do, ring it properly with some stones you could find, like clear away, so it's just not, a pile, and clear away so you get down to a bit of earth, stuff like that, You guys know how to set up camp, so that you're not going to burn down a forest or incinerate yourselves.
Cool.
Cook up some rations, all that fun stuff. Rations is a thing that I should probably mention more of, because I forget.
I mean, I have 5 left.
Okay. Neo has 2. Because he gave most of his away to starving people. And Arwen just kept hers.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is.
Oh.
It gets dark quite quickly as well with the heavy cloud and things like that. So you sort of bed down in this small fire, keeping you warm, sort of boots laid out and things to dry, stuff like that. So, any particular things you want to add? Anything you want to do on your rest?
Not particularly.
No.
How far away are we from Denderport?
Well, last time it took you about 5 days, and you were travelling by boat.
Oh God.
At the moment, you're on foot, so it's going to take you a fair bit longer.
Okay.